Hi, my dear students and my dear friends. I welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself, Tirunagara Manohar, Department of Mathematics, University College of Science, Tumkur, Karnataka. So, I came here to introduce Unit 4 Matrices under BSc of Tumkur University. My dear friends, already under the heading of Matrices of Tumkur University BSc, I did part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. If you not watch that previous videos, please watch that previous videos and come to this part 5 video lecture. So, my dear friends, if you not subscribe my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe my YouTube channel as Tirunagaram Manohar and like this video and share to your friends as well as write your comments on my comment box. Okay, come to this part under the heading of matrices of BSc part 5. So already in the previous video lecture I did find the inverse of the following matrices by using the elementary transformation. Again I want to do one more problem of this under the same heading. So which is we want to find inverse of the matrix using elementary transformation. One more problem I choose here. Some 4 problems I gave homework. You all did. I hope you all did. So now one more problem here. See here. See here. For finding the inverse by using elementary transformation, we want to choose a equation A is equal to in into A. In into A. Here in is the identity matrix of order of A. So that is A, right, as it is 1 minus 3 2 2 0 4 1 4 1, and in unit identity matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 into A. Now we want to make it this matrix as make it change as identity matrix, and we want to same operation you do for this identity matrix. So that's why already in this element here 1 is there. Those who don't want to change, here we want to make it 0. Before that I want to change R2 implies and implied by R3. R2 implies and implied by R3. Why? Because there are 2 zeros is there. That zeros we want to keep it last. So that's why R2 implies and implied by R3. So that's why first row you have to write as it is 1 minus 3 2, and second row becomes third row becomes second row. That is 1 4 1 2 0 0. See here. Same operation you want to do here also. First row write as it is 1 0 0. This 0 0 1 becomes second row 0 0 1, and 0 1 0 becomes third row 0 1 0. See here. So now we want to make it this element is 0 and this element as 0. So that's why this element is under second row. So that's why row operation R2 dash implies R2 minus R1, and R3 dash implies R3 minus 2R1. So that's why see here R2 dash implies R2 minus R1 means R2 first element is 1 and R1 element is 1. So 1 minus 1 0. This 0 I kept here. See here. Again R2 element is 4. 4 right here minus R1 element minus of minus 3 become plus 3. 4 plus 3 becomes 7. That 7 we have to write here. Again R2 element is 1 and R1 element is 2. So that's why 1 minus 2 becomes minus 1. That minus 1 I kept here. Again R3 dash implies R3 minus 2R1 is here. R3 element here 2 is there. 2 minus 2 into R1 element is 1. So that's why 2 minus 2 becomes 0. That 0 I wrote here. Again R3 element is what? 0. 0 minus 2 into R1 element is what? Minus 3. So that's why 0 minus into minus plus 2 3 are 6. That 6 I wrote here. Again R3 element is 0. Again minus 2 into R1 element is 2. So minus 4 I wrote here. Same operation you do here also. See here, first row write as this 1 0 0 1. Again 0 R2 minus R1, 0 minus 1 minus 1. Again 0 minus 0 becomes 0. Again 1 minus 0 becomes 1. So again R3 dash implies R3 minus 2 R1. So 0 minus 2 into 1 minus 2. So minus 2 right here. 1 minus 0 1 I wrote here. Again 0 minus 0 0 I wrote here. So like this way we want to do operation. Again what do you want to do? We want to make it this element is 0. So that's why I went for column operation. So second here minus 3 under second column. So say C2 dash implies C2 plus 3C1, and this one also we want to make it 0. So that is C3 dash implies C3 minus 2C1. So see here element operation. See here C2 dash implies C2 plus C3C1. See here C2 element is minus 3 plus 3 into C1 element is 1. C1 element is 1. So minus 3 plus 3 into 1 3. Minus 3 plus 3 0. 0 I wrote here. Again C2 element is 7 and 3 into C1 is 0. So 7 plus 3 into 0 0. 7. 7 I wrote here. Again C3 element is 6. 6 plus 3 into 0. So that is 6 plus 0 6. That is 6 I wrote here. That is second column operation date. Again third column operation. See here C3 dash implies what? C3 minus 2C1. C3 element is what? See here 2 is there. 2 minus 2 into C1 element is 1. So 2 minus 2 0. A 0 I kept here. Again C3 element is minus 1 and minus 2 into C1 element is 0. So that is minus 1 minus 0 becomes minus 1 I kept here. Again C3 element is minus 4 minus 2 into 0 minus 4. That minus 4 I wrote here. This is the third column operation. Same operation we want to apply here. So that is here C2 dash implies C2 plus 3C1. So here C2 element is 0 minus plus 3 into C1 element is 1. So that is 1. 3 I wrote here. First column write as it is. 1 now minus 1 minus 2. And the second column, see here first element is what? 3. 3 I wrote here. Again C2 element is what? See here C2 element is 0. 0 plus 3 into C1 element is minus 1. So 0 minus 3 becomes minus 3. A minus 3 right here. Again C2 element is what? C2 element is what? C2 element is 1. So 1 plus C3 into C1 element is minus 2. So 1 minus 6 means minus 5. That minus 5 I wrote here. That is the second column operation. Again third column operation I did here. See here C3 first element is 0. 0 minus 2 into 1. C3 element is 0. 0 minus 3 into 1 becomes minus 2. So minus 2 I wrote here 3 minus 4. See here 3 2 minus 2 3 4 minus 2 3 4 I wrote here. Okay. Again what do you want? Again this element make it a positive element, and this my 1 becomes positive 1. So that how it becomes? That becomes divide throughout this column by minus 1. That becomes first column write as it 1 0 0, and second column write as it is 0 7 6, and third column we want to make it multiply by minus 1 or divide by minus 1. So 0 1 4 will come. Same operation will do 1 minus 1 minus 2, 3 minus 3 5 minus 5 right as it is. For this we want to apply with minus, so that's why minus 2 becomes plus 2, plus 3 becomes minus 3, plus 4 becomes minus 4 into A. So now this one element is this take into this here, and this one take into this here. So that's why C3 implies and implied by C2. So C1 write as it is 1 0 0, and this C2 becomes C1 and C3 becomes C2 become, that is 0 1 4 right here, again 0 7 6, same operation here, 1 minus 1 minus 2 right here. This third column becomes second column, 2 minus 3 minus 4, and second column becomes third column, 3 minus 3 minus 5 into A. Okay, I hope you all understood this one. Again, what do you want? We want to make it this element is 0. So that's why this element under R3. So that's why second row, first row, second row write as it is 1 0 0, and 0 1 7 write as it is. This one we want to make it 0. So that's why R3 minus 4 R2. So that's why see here R3 minus 4 R2. R3 element is 0. 0 minus 4 into 0 becomes 0. 0 right is. Again 4 minus 4 into 1 4 0. Again this becomes 6 minus 4 into 7. That is 6 minus 4. 4 7 are 28. 6 minus 28 becomes minus 22. This minus 22 I wrote here. Okay, again same operation we'll do here. First row write as is 1 2 3, and second row 1 minus 1 minus 3 minus 3 I wrote here. This one operation, see here I did here, see 3 dash. So no, see here R3 dash implies R3 minus 4 R1. See here first one minus 2 minus 4 into 1 becomes plus 4. Minus 2 plus 4 becomes 2. Again minus 4 minus of minus plus 4 3 are 12. So minus 4 plus 12 8 I wrote here. Again minus 5 plus 3 4 are 12. Minus 5 plus 12 7 I wrote here. Okay, again what do you want? C3 implies C3 minus 7 C2. This one we want to make it 0. So that's why C3 implies 7 into C2. That's why see here 7 into C3. C3 element is what? C1 C2 I wrote here, C1 1 0 0, again 0 0 1 0 I wrote here. C3 element, first C3 element is what? 3. First C3 element is what? Not 3. Here 0 is there. 0 minus 7 into C2 0. 0 minus 0 0. I wrote here. Again 7 minus 7 into 1 7 0. I wrote here. Again C3 value minus 22. Minus 7 into 0 minus 20 will come. Minus 22 will come. This operation I wrote. Again this operation. Here also C1 C2 I wrote here. 1 minus 1 2 I wrote here. C2 also I wrote here. 2 minus 3 8 I wrote here. This C3 operation I did here. See here C1 dash implies C1 C3 minus 7 C2. For this operation I did here. For this operation. See here C3 element is what? 3. 3 in minus 7 into C2 element is 2. So that's why 3 minus 14 means minus 11 I wrote here. Again C3 element minus 3. So minus 3 minus 7 into this minus 3. So minus 3 minus into minus plus 21 18. 18 I wrote here. Again 7 minus 7 into 8. So 7 minus 7 8 is 56. Minus 56 plus 7 minus 49 I wrote here. So I hope you all understood up to this here. Again we want to make it this element is 1 by dividing throughout row by minus 22. So first row write as it is. First row is what? 1 0 0. Second row 0 1 0. This one by dividing minus 22 1 will come. Here also same operation 1 2 minus 1 and minus 1 minus 3 18. Again 2 divided by minus 2 becomes minus 2 divided by 22 minus 8 by 22 minus 49 by 22. I wrote here. Again that becomes this one right as it is. This one right as it is. Again minus 22 by minus 2 by 22 becomes minus 1 by 11. This minus 4 by 11. This one I wrote here. Here it is in the form of In is equal to B into A. In is equal to B into A, where B is equal to A inverse. This B is equal to A inverse. B is what? This one B. So that's why A inverse is equal to 1 2 minus 1 minus 11 minus 1 minus 3 18 and minus 1 by 11 minus 4 by 11 minus 49 by 11 is the required A inverse by using elementary transformation like this way. My dear students, I hope you all understood. So I will move on to the next question. So that is very beautiful and interesting topic. This one, solution of system of linear equations. Solution of system of linear equation. First of all, see the definition. The system of m linear equations in n unknowns x1, x2, x3, so on, etc., xn, represented by the equation as a11 into x1 plus a12 into x2 plus a13 into x3 plus so on, etc., plus a1n into xn is equal to d1. Similarly, a21 into x1 plus a22 into x2 plus a23 into x3 plus so on, etc., plus a2n into xn, which is equal to d2. So similarly, a31 into x1 plus a32 into x2 plus a33 into x3 plus so on, etc., plus a3n into xn, which is equal to d3, and so on, etc. Last row, am1 into x1 plus am2 into x2 plus am3 into x3 plus so on, etc., plus amn into xn, which is equal to dm, where here a1, a2, a11, a12, a13, so on, etc., amn and d1, d2, d3, so on, etc., dm are constants. This system is called m linear equations in n unknowns. This total system is called what? M linear equations in n unknowns, and this system can be represented in a matrix form as Ax is equal to D, where A is equal to coefficient matrix A11, A12, A13, so on, etc., A1n, and A21, A22, A23, so on, etc., A2n, and A31, A33, A32, A33, so on, etc., A3n, and so on, etc., AM1, AM2, AM3, so on, etc., AMN is called the coefficient matrix. As well as this capital X is nothing but a variable matrix or unknown matrix, x1, x2, x3, so on, etc., xn, that is variable matrix. Variable matrix or unknown matrix. Variable matrix or unknown matrix. Variables or unknowns. And this D, capital D, is nothing but constant matrix or indeterminate form. Indeterminate. This constant matrix. These are the constant D1, D2, D3, so on, etc. Constant matrix. Coefficient matrix, or this one, constant matrix. Coefficient matrix or constant matrix. And here X is called what? Capital X is this is coefficient matrix. This is coefficient matrix. X, A is called coefficient matrix, and X is called variable matrix or unknowns, and D is called constant matrix. D is called constant matrix or independent terms of matrix. Matrix of independent terms. If, see here, these conditions are very important. If D1 is equal to D2 is equal to D3, so on, etc., Dm is equal to 0, then that system is known as homogeneous system. Here, this in this system, is equal to 0 is equal to 0 is equal to 0 means d1 is equal to d2 is equal to so on etc. dm is equal to 0 means the system is called homogeneous system. If d1, d2, d2, d3 so on etc. dm are not all 0, then the system is called non-homogeneous system. Not all 0, at least one element also not 0, so then the system is said to be non-homogeneous system. Again, the system of values of the variables x1, x2, x3, so on etc. xm, which statistics all m equations simultaneously is called solution to the system of equations. x1, x2, so on etc. xm are called solutions to the system of equations. This is about homogeneous and non-homogeneous system definitions. Now comes to the linear homogeneous equations. Comes to the linear homogeneous system. So the system of m equations in n unknowns of the form a11 into x1 plus a12 into x2 plus a13 into x3 plus so on etc. plus a1n into xn is equal to 0 and a21 into x1 plus a22 into x2 plus a23 into x3 plus so on etc. plus a2n into xn is equal to 0. That means that d1, d2, d3 so on etc. dn becomes 0. That is called homogeneous equation. Already I told this is nothing but especially linear homogeneous equation. Linear homogeneous equation. I hope you all understood this one. So the same equations in the matrix form can be written as Ax is equal to 0. Here D is equal to 0, where A is called coefficient matrix and X is called matrix of unknowns or variable matrix. Variable matrix. This is about homogeneous and non-homogeneous equations definitions. Now we move on to the consistency and inconsistency of linear equations. See here, the system of linear equations is said to be consistent if the system has solution. Otherwise, if the system has solution means either one solution or independent solution, then that is the system has linear equations. So otherwise the system is said to be inconsistent. If the given system has no consistency, so that's why the system is said to be inconsistent. Again, the homogeneous system has always a one set of solution. Always a homogeneous system has always a set of solutions called x1 is equal to x2 is equal to x3 so on etc. xn is equal to 0. That is, homogeneous system of equations is always consistent. That means the solution is called trivial solution. That set of solutions is called trivial solution. Any solution different from above is called non-trivial solutions. Other than trivial solution is called non-trivial solution. Here, one necessary and sufficient condition for the system Ax is equal to B to have a non-trivial solution is nothing but statement only. The homogeneous system of m equations X is equal to 0 in n unknowns has a non-trivial solution if and only if condition the rank of the matrix is less than n. So homogeneous system of m equations X is equal to 0 has n unknowns has non-trivial solutions when if and only if rank must be less than the given order of the matrix. So further, if rank of A is equal to R which is less than n, then the system has n minus R linearly independent solutions. This is very important for competitive level examinations. If rank of A is equal to R which is less than n, then the given system has n minus R linear independent solutions. That is the most important one. Again, some note points based on this homogeneous system of equations. See here, if A is a square matrix, then m is equal to n. That means order square matrix means rows and columns are equal, then the system will have a non-trivial solution. Okay, when the system have non-trivial solutions, if rows and columns are equal, if rows and columns are equal, then in the matrix, if rows and columns are equal, then the system will have non-trivial solution. If A is singular and also A is a singular. When you say that A is a singular, if that system has a non-trivial solution. When the system have non-trivial solution, if rows and columns are equal, that's all. Like this way they will ask. Suppose A is non-singular and rank of A is equal to n, then the systems will have only one trivial solution. So one more condition. When the given system has only one trivial solution, if rank of A is equal to n, a non-singular solution which is have a rank n, so then the given system have only one trivial solution. Again, if m is less than n and rank of A is less than n, then the systems will have non-trivial solutions. See here, very important for the when you are facing the competitive level examination. These points are very important. So if m is greater than n, then rank of A is less than or equals to n. In particular, if rank of A less than n, then the system will have non-trivial solution, otherwise not. So when the system have non-trivial solutions, here how many points are there? This one point, this one point, these points. When the given system has non-trivial solution, means these points is must and should. Okay, 3 points are there. Excuse me, my dear students. I hope you all understood. I will move on to the next one. The working rule for finding the solution of the homogeneous system Ax is equal to 0. Reduce the coefficient matrix A to row reduced echelon form by applying elementary row operation and hence find the rank. So first given matrix row reduced echelon form convert ಮಾಡಬೇಕು and also we want to apply elementary row operations and hence find the rank of the given matrix, that is rank of A is equal to R. So second point, rank of A is equal to R and which is less than n, then the system will have a non-trivial solution, otherwise the system will have only trivial solution. When the given system has a non-trivial solution becomes if rank of A is equal to R which is less than n only, otherwise that is not a non-trivial solution, that is only trivial solution. So next third point, write the equivalent system of the equation associated with the echelon form obtained in step 1. Next point, the equivalent system will have of equations. Choose n minus r parameters in terms of which write the complete solution of the system. These 4 points we want to follow for finding the solution of homogeneous system Ax is equal to 0. See here, working problems. First problem, find whether the following systems possesses a non-trivial solutions. So non-trivial solutions means all 3 conditions we want to check it. Of the given system x plus 2y plus z is equal to 0 and x plus x minus y minus x minus 2z is equal to 0, 2x plus y minus 3z is equal to 0. So this is the given system of the problem. See here we want to make it a matrix first, coefficient matrix, that is 1, 2, 1 and here x coefficient is 1, y coefficient 0 and z coefficient minus 2 is there, and in this equation x coefficient is 2, here y coefficient is 1 and z coefficient is minus 3. Here x coefficient is 1, y coefficient is 2, z coefficient is 1. like this way we make it a determinant of that matrix, so that becomes 1. So that means it is not non-zero. This is not equals to 0. Determinant is not equals to 0. Excuse me, dear students. So here determinant is not equals to 0 means the given matrix is said to be a non-singular, and hence the system possesses a trivial solutions. Okay, when you given system possesses a trivial solution means the given system has a non-singular, and hence system possesses a trivial solutions. My dear friends, little bit disturbance is there. Anyway, not a problem. Next, I will move on to the next question. That is, find whether the following systems possesses a non-trivial solutions. That is, system given like this way. Given system I wrote here. So for this system I wrote a matrix form. Matrix form. How? By coefficient. Here x coefficient is what? 1. Here x coefficient, that 1 I wrote here. Y coefficient is minus 3 I wrote here. Z coefficient 2 I wrote here. Here x coefficient 7, y coefficient minus 21, and z coefficient minus 14. Here x coefficient minus 3, y coefficient 9, and z coefficient minus 6 is there. We want to find determinant of this matrix. The determinant becomes how much? 0. By expanding any row or column, we will get 0. So that's why this system has non-trivial solution. My dear friends, I hope you all enjoyed this video lectures, and like this video and share to your friends, as well as write your comments on my comment box and share to your friends also. My dear friends, if you not subscribe my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe my YouTube channel as Thirunagar Manohar, and like this video and share to your friends, as well as write your comments on my comment box. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all.